Good evening, everyone. When we hear the Gaza, many of us think tragedy of smoke filled skies, collapsed buildings, families, and mourning. But Gaza is not only a site of suffering, it is also a mirror reflection the failures and ambitions of global politics. And today, as former President Donald Trump re enters the world stage with new proposals for Gaza, the world again finds itself asking, can you outside powers truly bring peace to one of the most fractured places on earth? Or are we merely witnessing another cycle of power, plans, and promises that never reach the people who need them most? Tonight, I want to explore that question by looking at the history of Gaza, the current crisis, and Trump's new plans for the territory in 2025. We'll ask, what do these plans contain? Are they feasible, ethical, and what do they mean for the people of Gaza, Israel, and the region as a whole? To understand this plan, you must understand Gaza. The Gaza Strip is a narrow coastal enclave in the Mediterranean, just 25 miles long. Home to about 2 million Palestinians, it has one of the most largest population densities on earth. After the 1948 Arab Israel War, Gaza was administered by Egypt in 1967. Israel captured it during the Six-Day War, and for the decades it remained under Israeli occupation. In the 1990s, the Oslo Accords gave limited self rule to Palestinians, but Gaza's future remained uncertain. Then in 2007, a violent split erupted between two Palestinian factions. The Fatah and Hamas seized control of Gaza, and Israel imposed a blockade that has lasted ever since. Since then, Gaza has endured repeated wars in 2008, 2012, and 2014, and again in the years since. Each conflict left the territory devastated, infrastructure destroyed, hospitals overwhelmed, and civilians as an and left. It's often described as an open air prison. Electricity is intermittent, water is scarce, medical supplies are short, and unemployment is staggeringly high. This is not a new tragedy, it is a chronic one, a place where politics, ideology, and military strategy have overshadowed the basic rights to live with dignity. Fast forward to the year 2025, the situation in Gaza remains dire. After another round of fighting, entire neighborhoods lie in ruins. Aid organizations warn of famine and disease. Israel continues its airstrikes, ground operations targeting Hamas militants. Hamas, in turn, continues to launch rockets, insisting that resistance is the only response to occupation and the blockade. Meanwhile, international mediators, Egypt, Qatar, Jordan, and the United States have tried to broker a ceasefire, but truce collapse as quickly as they form. At the heart of the stalemate are the three issues: security, sovereignty, and governance. It is into the complex, combustible mix that Donald Trump has re entered the conversation, promising to end the war in Gaza with what he calls a bold new vision. Trump has made two major proposals this year, one in February of 2025 and a revised, more detailed 20-point plan in September of 2025. February's plan summary is the plan suggested that the U.S. should take over Gaza, rebuild it, and turn it into the Riviera of the Middle East. He spoke of relocating parts of Gaza's population to other countries, Egypt, Jordan, and elsewhere, and establishing an international authority to run the territory. The proposal faced immediate backlash, accused of violating international law and proposing forced displacement. Trump later softened his stance, but the plan was largely dismissed. September's plan, Trump unveiled a 20-point plan focused on a ceasefire, prisoner exchange, Israeli withdrawal, demilitarization, and transitional governance. It included rebuilding Gaza through international funds and temporary Palestinian technocratic government, and oversight by an international board of peace chaired by Trump himself. The plan stopped short of a full Palestinian statehood but calls for renewed talks once Gaza stabilizes. Trump warned Hamas it had 3 or 4 days to accept the face complete obliteration. To stop or face complete obliteration. Potential strengths include a comprehensive design, humanitarian relief, avoidance of annexation, and international cooperation. However, weaknesses abound: lack of enforcement, exclusion of the Palestinian Authority, doubts about Hamas's compliance and sovereignty concerns, and the risk of reigniting violence. Financing remains uncertain, and critics worry that Trump's central role could politicize the process. If successful, the plan could restore U.S. influence and bring stability. If it fails, it could deepen mistrust and violence. For Israel, it offers unconditional withdrawal. For Palestinians, temporary relief without full sovereignty. For the region, it raises fears of external domination masked as peacekeeping. Alternatives include reuniting Palestinian leadership, focusing humanitarian trust, building and multilateral diplomacy involving the UN and Arab League. Most importantly, Gazans themselves must have a voice in shaping their future. Beyond the politics lie 2 million lives. Half of Gaza's population are children. They have grown up under siege and rubble and grief, and any plan for Gaza must first and foremost recognize their humanity. Gaza is not merely a problem to solve, it is a people to be heard. Trump's plan is bold, but peace requires more ambition. It requires empathy, legitimacy, and endurance. Whether this becomes a bridge to peace or another broken promise depends on the will of leaders and citizens alike. Gaza is a test conscience. If we can rebuild Gaza with justice, peace may still be possible. If not, Gaza's ruins will remain a symbol of our failure to listen and learn to lead. Thank you.